looks like we're on, and without too much dropped frames, none dropped yet. Okay. Okay, let's do this. Cześć, siema, jak leci? Adi here. If you remember me, it's been a hot minute, I know. Let's just say this year started something a bit of a wreckage. Hey baby. Yeah, I'm going to put you to sleep, so settle in please. And then I got a little bit of a infection between holidays, and the cough just wouldn't shift. So I didn't want to risk spiking your headphones or whatever you're listening on with my hot cough. It's still there if I speak for too long, but it's settled enough that I dare to try stream. Okay. So yeah, another Sunday. Nice wintry one. We had snow for the last 2 days. Not much of it left because like the temps go up and down around -1, +2, that range. So whatever drops melts and then it gets into ice, and then I see how we get a little bit of more snow. But for now, it's secret nice, lovely, white outside. So a perfect weather for a beef stew. Also, I chose this menu because it's a single meal, and no, it's something easy to get back into the groove of things. Also, it's relatively new. It's just over a year old. So we can get into focus on the date code. Not really, it's like here 2033. So I believe the packaging date would be like 2nd of February 2022. So this is still mighty fresh. Yeah, I know I checked the contents on the MREinfo.com, something like that site before, and I forgot. So this will be a bit of a surprise. What's inside beside the beef stew? Menu number 9. Let's just get into this. Yeah, as you notice, I might be a bit more disjointed in my blubber than I usually am. So I got a bit rusty. A month of no streams is quite a bit of time. Okay, blubber seal is working. And I could just slash the top off, but it's always fun to try and see if I can open it. And then we got the extra sleeve inside. Okay, so our beef stew. Okay, and the beef stew was made at the very end of 2021. All the nutritional information if you want them. Diced seasoned cooked beef with water and binder product. Water, carrots, potatoes, peas. Oh, looks good. Looks good. And then we got vanilla pound cake. And finally enough, your dessert got more calories than your main. Always amuses me in American rations, how they spread the calorie content between all the items. Accessory pack will open in a minute. Ooh. Sour Skittles. Bite-sized candies. And like another snack, the same nutrition as this. I mean, there is a reason to that, but when you compare it to like Norwegian rations, which okay get something on the side, but the bulk of nutrition of calories is in the main. This is like completely different philosophy. Peanut butter. And to go with peanut butter, we got multigrain snack bread. And now I remember why I got this particular menu for this. I believe multigrain snack bread is one of the bread items that got added into rations fairly recently. I had a friend ask before if this is like supposed to be a very balanced meal, why do they still add white wheat or like white bread with the wheat snack bread? So yeah, we'll see how they did with something a bit more complex. Enriched bleached flour. We got wheat flour, malted barley flour, okay. Then we got vitamins, and then we got other stuff. Soy flour as a part of dough conditioner. Okay, we got a boat on. So I'm trying to figure out what other grains are these, because just the flour is wheat and barley. There's always some soy. There's malt. Grain blend, okay. Wheat, rye, corn grits, oats, triticale, brown rice, barley, millet, brown flax, whole grain blend, whole grain yellow corn flour, oat flakes, whole barley flakes, chopped rye, wheat flakes, molasses, sesame seeds. Curious combo. And then we got our drink, lemon lime flavored no fruit juice. Okay. And grape jelly. So we can make a peanut butter jelly sandwich. You see there's something went wrong with the packaging plan, because all the bags got melted into the seam of this. So we see a spoon, a bottle of Tabasco, if that's what you enjoy, beverage bag, and flameless ration heater. Okay, let's put those to the side, because we won't need them today. And let's check the accessory bag. I can't hope for a warm drink, not given the weather and stuff. So you get a bum ration, also known as toilet paper, iodized salt, moist towelettes, and we got coffee, Bill's Brew with some non-dairy creamer, which is like, who thought this was a good idea? I'm not using that at all. We got sugar and sweetener, you got the choice now, and mint chewing gum. Okay. Do we want to use FRH today, or just put the main into a pot and give it a good boil? Think on that in a minute. Drinks. Coffee first. I just had the water boil a couple minutes ago, so that we do. Okay. Just your regular freeze-dried instant coffee. Okay, let's make it white today. I'm going to give the creamer one more chance. I don't know why I keep doing this, because it keeps constantly disappoint. I understand the non-dairy base, like vegetable oil base, is mostly for longer shelf life, because milk items go bad quite quickly, but still it just doesn't work. If you ever had like fake whipped cream from a can based on vegetable oil, it just doesn't taste as nice. It just doesn't have the same mouthfeel. And yes, I'm using both sugar and sweetener because I like my coffee very sweet, just like my girls. Did I really say that? Okay. That's the coffee. There's the coffee, and I think I am going to put the no, you know what? Let's no risk, no gain. We're going to put the stew into the heater. It's been made in 2021. It should start off relatively easy, even without salt to kickstart the process. So a little bit of water, not too much. Okay, that's plenty. Let's get the water everywhere and put the whole thing into the sleeve. Technically, you're supposed to also prop it on a rack or something, so it will be like this, so the water doesn't just go everywhere. Ooh, it's working very nicely. Okay. I got my fidget toy. It will do as a rock or something. See? Works very nicely. Spoon. I'm using an old spoon because that one is package wrapped. Might use it another time. It's coffee. And then we got the drink. 12 ounces of water, so about 600 ml, or about half canteen cup. Or you can mix it in this bag here. You got the fill line. I think that's a fill line. Or to make it easier, we can mix it in this baggie, and I think that's what I will do. Seeing that I'm not going to save either of those bags anyway, it's just easier to figure out the water level in the beverage bag than in this kind of pouch. But then these are also nice for shaking stuff and mixing them well. Okay. The zipper is closed, so I need to unzip it. Let's get the water in first, why not? 12 ounces of water, fluid ounces of water. My water bottle is about 750 of water, so it will be a bit too much. Although, given how Yeah, I'm sorry if that all that water. That's 12 ounces. No, 12 ounces is 360. Ah, my bad. Did it say 12 ounces? My bad. My math is wrong. So like half a bottle, 12 ounces. Yeah, half a bottle. So that would be way too thin if I use my whole water bottle for that. I can't map today. It's not Monday. I will map tomorrow when I'm back to work. Okay. This is a bit tight. Roll just for safety and check. Now I know I got quite cold water in my bottle, but what the bottle? Bottle of water. But yeah, this just doesn't want to dissolve properly. Let's get some air out. I'm going to leave it in a glass for now and then give it one more shake a bit later. Okay, let's clean the table. Nice and dry. And where's my tray? There you go. There you go. And we got Skittles, sour Skittles. Best before, huh? Now this is funny because ration packed in 2021 or even 2022 is expected to have a shelf life of 3 years, minimum of 3 years. After 3 years there would be inspection, and then they will decide if it can be used for another year or just decommissioned. Meanwhile, the bloody Skittles got best before November 2022. It's not even a year into the ration expectancy time, so that's not smartest. Okay, so I assume the white powder is what makes the sour Skittles sour. I'm a bit worried. There are days where I really enjoy sour candy, but then there are days when they just terrify me. Okay, with snack bread, multi-grain snack bread. Sorry. Okay, so shape-wise, smell-wise, it's pretty much the same. You can see little bits of grains in it. Still smells quite easy, I must say. But yeah, that's your slice, and I'm going to break it in half because I want to make one sweet sandwich, like peanut butter jelly, and then leave the other half for this too. Okay, for dessert we also have vanilla pound cake. Let's maybe shift things a little bit around. Ooh, okay. So the basic pound cake in rations used to have this kind of cake shape, like rectangular shape. The only round one was muffin top from like maple muffin top or something. This is just smells very nice. Like these cakes usually smell and taste quite nice. My only complaint about them is that they're very dry, like clogging your mouth and sucking all the moisture out to dry. Okay, I killed the kettle so it wouldn't just randomly come on. Let's maybe do it like this. So I got grape jelly and peanut butter. Peanut butter, roasted peanuts, sugar, hydrogenated vegetable oil, rapeseed, cottonseed, and all. Soybean oils, salt, vitamin C, vitamin A. Yeah, I can appreciate that. Adding extra vitamins into something that will definitely get eaten, either with bread or just as a snack. Yeah, if you're not allergic to peanuts, peanut butter, and I know I keep saying that, but peanut butter is one of the things you will want in your emergency stash. Mostly because it's quite nutritious, it's calorie dense, and it doesn't really spoil. So you don't need to constantly keep rotating your pantry if you got this and that. You can eat it on a sandwich or just on its own. You can probably use it for some other meal ideas. Okay, so peanut butter and grape jelly, not my favorite. Corn syrup, water, high fructose corn syrup, sugar, grape juice concentrate, fruit, pectin, citric acids. So this is mostly sugar. Okay. Like, I know it's jelly and not jam, but still, to have it be mostly sugars. Quite nice though. I do like it, I must say. I do like it. Here we got salt, we got Tabasco, which I probably won't add because it's just not my thing. Sit here and let's finish the drink. Now, as you can see, it does not want to completely dissolve. There's mostly sugars in there, so I'll pour myself some to drink and leave the rest in, and hopefully I know with warmer water it would be easier, but this is supposed to be doable with cold water as well, and this is not really dissolved properly. Yeah, that goes to the side, and okay. So the heater started off very nicely, then got quiet. Pouch is hot on one side, cold on the other. There is still quite a lot of heat in the FRH though, so I'm not impressed. Let's give it a mix to try, and it's kind of like when you heat stuff up in the microwave. You want to mix it so the warm bits gets across everywhere, so it gets more uniformly warm. Smells nice, I must say. Smells quite nice. It's not very hot, so I think we'll start with this. You can even see from how thick the sauce is that it's not very well warmed up. Warms through. Okay. That's it. Goes away. Yeah, so there it is. MRE Menu 9 beef stew. So let's start with the beef stew. Got quite nice chunks of beef, properly sized. Tiny little cubes of potatoes. I thought I saw some peas in here as well. Yeah, but okay. Smacznego. My. Oh my god. Beef is so ridiculously tender. Sometimes when you get this kind of stew in Russian, you end up with a little meat fibers everywhere and like between your teeth, and you have to keep chewing. This just melts in your mouth. Flavor-wise, it's very simple. It's tomatoes, obviously. There's a little bit of spice to it. Yeah, there's actually some kind of paprika in there. Not chili, but paprika. I only wish it was heated more properly, so the flavors like could really shine through. It's very nice. And one thing I appreciate is like it's mostly beef, just tiny little bits of potato and carrot and peas. So they're like little bits of different texture in there, but they don't. They're just like background for the meat. Whereas I remember British beef stew, beef goulash. We'll get to that one eventually, I think. Where it had stringy beef, it had big chunks of some weird variety of potato, which were not very nice in flavor. This is, if not for trying to want the other stuff, I would just finish this off right now, because it's bloody delicious. And I said, this little bit of paprika, this little bit of some kind of spice is slowly building up and warming me up. And on this kind of day, this is like a perfect meal. Does it taste homemade? Not really. You can tell it's like a meal from a can or something, but I don't care. If I spent a day outside in the snow and came home to that, I would polish my plate right off. Yep, there's paprika and there's onion powder, garlic powder. I think it's the paprika I'm tasting mostly. Nice, 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 nice. Cheers. So the lemon lime drink, citrusy, zesty, artificially sweetened. Take it or leave it for me. Not the best kind of drink I had, but we know I'm not a fan of American drinks in the Russians. So, okay, let me try the multigrain snack bread just on its own first. It's quite similar to the original wheat snack bread, maybe a bit softer. It almost feels bit more moist. Because one of my complaints about wheat snack bread is so dry, it just sucks out all the moisture from your mouth. This one doesn't really do that. It's quite soft, quite nice, and then you get all the little bits of grains. They're mostly for texture, they don't change flavor all that much. But like if you have had mixed grain bread and with little grains in it, you know, that sensation of just having all the grains mixed in between the bites. Still a terrible idea to make peanut butter sandwich with this kind of bread. There's just no way to quickly eat it without having to supplement extra fluids, extra liquids, because between peanut butter and this bread, it's like a sponge. Coffee will do, not the best, not the worst, nothing to write home about. Solid. Solid instant coffee. As I said, if you're into Tabasco or other kind of hot sauces or pepper sauces, I think it would work quite nicely with the beef stew. Vinegar would certainly cut through it, make it a bit lighter. For me though, this isn't needed. Stew is perfect as it is. Yeah, very, very nice stew. Okay. Sour Skittles. I am terrified. Like, since we're on Livestream, I should have like a redeem in the chat for trying stuff like this. Very sour and all. Okay. Oh! Sour. Okay, you can breathe now. Mm. Hmm. Um, it probably didn't help that green is lime and yellow is lemon. um, red is strawberry, there's grape and orange. Mm. Mm. Mm-hmm. So yeah, sourness is mostly, as I said, in this powder outside. Once you get through that, the candy itself is very sweet, so it helps and balances it out. Um, um, but like, this is a military ration, right? So like, the purpose is to give this to those big people, those big soldiers, to eat in the field, and I just like chocolates, chewing gum, some sort of candy. Just I I don't understand. Like why? um, yeah, just breaks my mind a little bit to figure it was a good idea. Sorry. Um, between talking and the spice and all these things, I said there's still a little bit of that infectious somewhere inside. Okay, so vanilla pound cake. I said it smells delicious, but it's usually very dry and very. Oh, the smell is so strong. It's definitely artificial vanilla or vanillin flavor smell because. Mmm. Hmm. Okay. I answered that last time I had one of these newer rations, but there must have been some changes to the formula of the pound cake because it's not as sandy or dry as it used to be. It's very nice. Some jelly too. Mm-hmm. Mm. That's a very nice cake. All in all, if this was different flavor, but that's personal preference, and we had M&Ms instead of Skittles, or maybe some sort of nuts and chocolate candy mix, that would get close to being my favorite ration in quite a while. In quite a while. This is very nice. As I said, big points for how tender the beef is. Mm. Sorry, I'm working on a single chunk. But it's definitely minimally processed beef. It's not like they sometimes grind it and they form chunks. You can still see the fibers and the meat structure in there. Lovely spiced, very comforting but warming up flavor. Top points for that. I said new formula for the pound cake. It's not as dry as it used to be, so it goes down nicely. And with the coffee, awesome pairing. Multi-grain bread. I'm not sure if it's an improvement on the regular wheat snack bread, but it should give you a bit more fiber to keep you regular in the field. So points for that. But then sour Skittles, I just don't know. Sour Skittles, why? Why? Um, it's just sorry. Especially if you compare it to some of the European rations. Okay, not even the most utilitarian like one on the eastern side, like Ukrainian ration or something. But like Norway or Germany, sour Skittles seem so out of place. But then Italians put a booze into one of the rations. And then there's French with all the candy. See, candy is most like, candy, not sour Skittles. I don't know, for me, sour Skittles is more like a prank type of candy, so I just yeah, I'm going to laugh about it for the rest of the day, I think. Yeah, I think that's it. Shortest stream today. I'm just trying to, get back into the groove of things. I should still see you next week, with something a bit more interesting, a bit more complex. In the time since we last met, sorry, I can't English today. In the time since we last met, I got some interesting stuff. My American humanitarian rations got here. A friend sent them over. These are rations like that are like airdropped for civilians in the areas where there's war or some sort of natural disaster. They're all vegetable based, I believe, because they need to be as accessible for all people of all cultures. So they, some cultures don't eat beef, some don't eat pork. So I believe they're all veggie based. That's what we might check next week, I think. There's also one ration that's still on its way. If you're watching this on YouTube, you probably saw other reviews of it by Delicious, another guy from Poland, and I believe some of the German-speaking ones done that. It's supposedly a ration from Guinea. I have my doubts. I think it's a fake ration, but we'll get to that when we get to it. It's on its way, should be here next week, so we might get into that next Sunday. If you have preference, between the fake Guinea ration or the humanitarian aid ration, or maybe British one, you can let me know on Twitter. I probably will post a poll there. Yeah, that's it for today. Thank you for joining me. I'm sorry for the cough. Thank you for giving me company. Thank you for having this lovely, delicious breakfast with me. This was a look into a year-old MRE menu number 9 beef stew. Delicious, delicious, delicious one. If you can find it for a good price, grab it. And you know, just keep in mind there's sour skittles in it. Yeah. This here, I can make this here. Okay, that's it from me, and I'll see you next week. Adi out. Bye bye.